The one thing that Donald Trump is good at is stirring up emotions within millions of people, all of us. For the MAGA nuts, he stirs up excitement, right? Stirs up hatred, right? Stirs up anger. For the rest of us, living in reality, just trying to have a simple, quiet quality of life, just trying to get our fair share, he stirs up frustration, he stirs up annoyance, and he stirs up anger. As someone who is not a MAGA nut, as someone who is grounded in reality, Donald Trump stirred up those emotions: frustration, annoyance, and anger. Why? Because Donald Trump had the nerve to put out a message on Truth Social that compares himself to Nelson Mandela. Mind you, this isn't the first time that Donald Trump has compared himself to Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela, who sat in a prison cell for 27 years, literally was behind bars, serving time in a prison cell for 27 years. Donald Trump compared himself to that. Nelson Mandela, who went to prison and advocated for everyone to be treated equally, to everyone to have the same opportunities. He fought against white supremacy. Donald Trump compared himself to that. The man who stands dripping in white supremacy, the man who was running around free. Donald Trump is living in the lap of luxury. He is not sitting in a prison anywhere in this country. Donald Trump is free and continues to defy order after order after order that the courts have handed down. Donald Trump is free to continue to spread his hatred, his lies, his misinformation. He is free to further divide this country, and he compares himself to Nelson Mandela. Here's what he said over on Truth Social. Crooked Judge Juan Merchan is not allowing me to talk, is taking away my First Amendment rights. He got me gagged because he doesn't want the facts behind the gag to come out. How many corrupt, biased, crooked Joe Biden Protection Agency New York judges do I have to endure before somebody steps in? I had New York federal judge Lewis Kaplan with a woman who I never knew and had nothing to do with until she sued me for defamation. She said she did not know what day, month, or year the supposed incident took place. She knew nothing. Kaplan, a Hillary friend, wouldn't even let my lawyers put on a proper case, made it 2 cases instead of 1, took away my American right to defend myself, and was a crazed bully as his wife and friends sat in the courthouse every day in their little roped-off section and prodded him on in awe. This mysterious lady who said grape is sexy got $91 million. And it looks like E. Jean Carroll is going to get more than that. This is the second time that I know of that he's further defamed E. Jean Carroll over on Truth Social. But there's more. Page 2. Then, of course, we have Arthur Engeron, a total lunatic whack job, who ruled that I should pay an almost $500 million fine for having done nothing wrong. No victims, no damages, ironclad disclaimer, only success. In fact, he was the one who committed fraud when he purposely, at the direction of racist, corrupt AG Letitia James, undervalued Mar-a-Lago at $18 million. I think the victims of New York would differ from what Donald Trump has to say when he says there were no victims. There's more. Page 3. Now we have Marshawn, who is not allowing me to talk, thereby violating the law and the Constitution all at once. It is so bad what he is trying to get away with. How was he even chosen for this case? I heard he fought like hell to get it, and all of the rest of them also. If this partisan hack wants to put me in the clink for speaking the open and obvious truth, I will gladly become a modern-day Nelson Mandela. It will be my great honor. We have to save our country from these political operatives masquerading as prosecutors and judges, and I am willing to sacrifice my freedom for that worthy cause. We are a failing nation, but on November 5th, we will become a great nation again. Make America great again. Donald Trump is right. On November 5th, we have the opportunity to make our nation great again by ridding ourselves of the Antichrist, the demon known as Donald Trump. Donald Trump has tried to compare himself to Jesus Christ. We know he is the Antichrist. And now he's trying to compare himself to Nelson Mandela. Donald Trump is no Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela stood for the people. Donald Trump stands for himself. He stands for no one but himself. I gotta go to work. I'll see y'all later.